have the current stock market update for MicroStrategy Incorporated, stock ticker MSTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 1 hour price chart. That means that each candle on this time frame represents a 1 hour trading period. And as we can see, the stock has continued to post new highs here. We do have to sort of revise these levels a bit. We are currently looking at a price high that comes in at 267.89. So now we can say that we have convincingly broken through this $250 mark. I believe in the last video, I sort of emphasized why that was important. If we sort of just go back on the price history a bit here, we can see that before this recent stock split that we've seen here for this stock, this $200 level was very important. It really came in, this was pre-split. So it was $1,999.99. I mean, it was a very strange event. And then that price level held up as resistance, major resistance, for a very long period of time. So, the fact that we were able to move through this most recent psychological figure at $250, I do think is significant because we really didn't have much difficulty getting through there. So it does show that the market is maybe sort of removing this outlook where these assets need to be sold at these major round number figures. Currently, this movement into 267.89. It's important to look at the indicator reading here because we are now currently trading in overbought territory. And then in addition to that, what you can see here, anybody that does chart analysis here, something should stand out here. And I will point out that what we're looking at the moment is a bearish divergence on the relative strength index. So what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that the share price itself is making a new high. I mean, this is really an all-time high here at 267. But then you can sort of extend that into the indicator reading, and you can see that the indicator reading is not making a new high. So this is a bearish divergence condition because prior highs here, which were seen previously right around 180, are now those highs are actually forming a higher high relative to these most recent price movements when we're looking at the indicator reading. So this is significant because in many cases the indicator reading does work as a leading indicator. It does sort of make a price movement before the actual price action itself. So, this is significant here because, the indicator reading essentially is not confirming these most recent price highs. So they are occurring. I'm not sort of trying to make like an AMC GameStop type of argument where I'm saying that the share price is false or something like that. But what I'm saying here is that the momentum, the underlying momentum, is not really supporting share prices at these upper levels. So this is something to definitely consider for people that are already long this stock. There's a lot of people that just want to simply hold on to the stock forever and never consider selling the stock. But when you start to see price movements that are this substantial, and then there also start to be readings, technical readings in the underlying momentum indicator, which suggests that there could be some problems here. It's not the worst idea to either take profits or at least take some of the position off the table and then wait for share prices to retrace further in the downside direction and then sort of maybe re-enter or rebuild on those positions. I mean, that is how you make the most money. A lot of people like to try to make the argument that, simply buying and holding is what works best. People say things like, well, it's well documented. Well, it's also well documented that 98% of the people that actively trade the market lose money. Most of those people completely fail and never come back to the market. So those numbers are artificially influenced as well because that does not replicate the performance of people that actually trade the market successfully. I make far more money trading the market, scaling in and out of positions than I would if I simply just held on to the stock forever or held on to the asset forever, whatever the asset may be. So at the moment, that is really what I would be recommending here is just simply scale out of the position. I mean, you can scale in and out. I mean, you can buy in at lower levels as well. But taking an active approach really does sort of have a bad reputation. But the reason that it has a bad reputation is so many people are just so bad at it. that it does influence the numbers and it skews things in the wrong direction. I mean, if most of the market is losing money, 98% of the market is losing money, of course it's going to skew the numbers. I mean, most of those numbers are really based on the S&P 500 as well, and the S&P 500 is up most years. So, those really are not legitimate arguments. They're not interesting arguments, they're cliche arguments, and they're also incorrect. So, personally, if I were to look at this stock at the moment, in terms of identifying some possible levels to the downside, to rescale into these positions, to buy back at lower levels, so to speak. One level that I would be watching here does come in at the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone, which is seen right around 243.80. So let's just move this number here. Okay, so this would be the initial level that I would be watching, but there's actually a more significant level a bit further downward. And we can see this here at just below 230. So I'm actually I'm going to refer to this as 229.80. And the reason I point out this level is because this is the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this most recent ascending move higher. So this is the most recent bull wave that we have seen for the stock. And, if we retrace 61.8% of that move, that would put us right back at, right around 230, just below there. And then in addition to that, what we also have here is this 50-hour exponential moving average. So since we have two different confluence of two different indicators in the same level, that does sort of strengthen the support zone. And this is probably an area that I would really be watching as a potential area to scale in. I mean, if we see share prices sort of drop back into here, I do think that would be a bit of a better area to start to scale into the position and build more of a long trade. I don't agree with these arguments that it's simply better to just buy and hold forever. You can cherry pick certain time frames and certain assets and say that certain things have outperformed, but what that doesn't do is it doesn't perform. It doesn't compare those performances to individual traders. I mean, if traders are actually able to identify support and resistance levels with a great level of accuracy, those numbers are not being factored into those equations. So this is something to just consider here, because we are reaching extremely extended levels at the moment. And there is an indicator reading here in the RSI, which does suggest that momentum is not currently supporting these valuations. So here's the current market update from MicroStrategy, stock ticker MSTR. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.